I'm a native of Jamaica. That's my country of birth. But I've grown to also understand that when we form those identities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because in my adult life, I realized how many grown adults like lack identity,
Mm.
right? Because they're trying to identify with whether it's a state, some people identify with a college,
Yes.
some identify with a team, right? Some identify with their skin color, their gender, their this, and they use so many different, biological or physical factors or geographical factors to form their identity, and or to say, well, I associate themselves with, because they need to be able to say, well, I belong to this tribe. I'm a
Mm.
part of this, and which is good and great in all actuality. I applaud that if it gives you a sense of like identification where you can now be able to like define yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if it is as a starting point to define yourself,
Yeah.
more power to you, and I applaud that. But if that's where you stop at and say, well, I'm this, right? Like I'm a black man, and then what? Right? Like, is that all you are, or are you anything else?
Wow.
And is
Wow.
if that's and if you say, well, that's what I'm, can you become anything else? Is there any other possibilities besides that one label?
Yes.
Right? Like,
Yes.
these are questions that I'm asking myself. Like if I stop at that,
Mm-hmm.
so, but because anytime you put a label on something, you put a limitation on it
Yes.
immediately,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, if our purpose is to push the boundaries of our human limitations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And evolve, right? Like at some point, we're gonna have to lose certain labels and
A
certain
lot.
identifications,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Um, I'm all about having a frame of reference where, okay, you can trace my history and say, okay, he came from Jamaica, and then prior to that, sure, there was some roots led back to Africa,
Mm-hmm.
and then and if you can trace it, then it goes back to some starting point, and that is good to know,
Yes.
right? Because now like, oh, I can relate to this. I should be able to relate to
Mm-hmm.
this. I should be able to relate to that because it's in my history, right? Like, which means it's in my DNA. But the history that led me to this point is also teaching me that you're a multitude of things,
Mm.
right? And you have a multitude of touch points that you can correlate with.
Yeah.
You don't have to just pick one. You can be many, you can be all. And
Yeah.
then if you can be many in all of all these historical touch points, then then it should open in your mind the possibility that you can become much, much more.
Right. All right, man. This is so good. This is so good, right there. There's this identity right here. That's why we always used to say when the words of affirmation, right? I am is the most very powerful, two words in this universe, in this world, because that is everything, right?
Yes.
And like you said, when we label something, right, it's just limitations, right? The restrictions, like, oh, I am this, then so what?
Yes.
Or so this, like if you can't answer the question behind that, then you kind of limit yourself,
Yes.
right? Now to take that to just like our everyday life, man, where, geez, man, especially, with the nature of work we do and everything, where, a lot of people don't even have an identity,
Mm-hmm.
like your eyes and what, oh, I am this. Like, no, you're not. That is just, a label that, you achieve when you get to this certain place, right?
Yes.
But that is not who you are after
Yes.
that. That is not who you are behind that, right? And
Yes.
a lot of people try, when they say I am right there, they start acting like that,
Yes.
and it just makes so much sense with this identity, right?
Yes.
When
Yes.
you just identify something that you just put that limitations. But now, as you said, tracing back all the histories and everything, you have a history of multiple different experiences,
Yes.
in life, right?
Yes.
Of life, okay, this experience right here, German, whatever it is, all the way to your ancestors, to your, all the way to your origin, right? It's
Yes.
different experiences. So you are not just one.
Yes.
You are a lot of possibilities. And
Yes.
I
Yes.
love that, man.
Yeah.
I
Oh
love
yeah.
that.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for watching our videos. If you have any questions about the topic that was discussed today, or you have topic suggestions, don't be shy. Comment down below. Let us know.